Good evening, sports fans, and welcome. I'm your host, Henry Toon, bringing you the latest from the grandest stage in European football. We're on the cusp of another thrilling UEFA Champions League night, and tomorrow, Tuesday, September 16th, 2025, marks the start of the league stage with some truly captivating enjunkers. But our spotlight today shines brightly on a clash that promises fireworks: Athletic Club versus Arsenal. Kickoff is set for 5:45 p.m. UK time at the iconic Estadio de San Mamés. This is more than just a match. It's a historic moment for both clubs as they begin their journey in the UEFA Champions League. For the home side, Athletic Club, this is a monumental return. It's their first foray into the UEFA Champions League since the 2014-15 season, a decade in the making. And it's happening once again under the stewardship of Ernesto Valverde in the second of his 3 spells as club manager. The Lions have been formidable at San Mamés in Europe under Valverde since he returned in 2022, boasting an impressive record of 6 wins in 7 European matches there, with just 1 loss. But here's a fascinating tidbit. This will be only the 3rd time in their European Cup Champions League history that Athletic Club has faced an English opponent. Their previous encounters saw them eliminated by Manchester United in 1957-58 and Liverpool in 1983-84. They also recently fell 3-0 to Manchester United in last season's UEFA Europa League semi-final first leg. Can they turn the tide against English opposition tonight? And keep an eye out for Iñaki Williams and Marouane Sanadi. They could make history as the first non-Spanish players ever to feature for Athletic Club in this competition. Now, let's talk about the Gunners, Arsenal. Under Mikel Arteta, they've become a formidable force in the Champions League. Across the last 2 editions of the UEFA Champions League, Arsenal has racked up 32 points in the group/league phase from 14 games, with 10 wins and 2 draws, losing only twice. Only Real Madrid, with 33 points, has accumulated more. Their defense has been particularly stout, conceding just 18 goals in 24 Champions League matches under Arteta, an average of 0.75 goals per game. That's an elite statistic, placing them among the likes of Fabio Capello's Milan, Louis van Gaal's Ajax, Frank Rijkaard's Barcelona, and Ernesto Valverde's Barcelona in terms of goals conceded per game average. And here's a staggering potential milestone. If Arsenal win this match, they will become the first team in European Cup Champions League history to win 6 consecutive matches against Spanish sides. They've already won all 5 of their previous encounters against Spanish opposition across the last 2 campaigns, including victories against Real Madrid and Sevilla. Watch out for Victor Gyökeres, who was a revelation last season. He was directly involved in 7 goals in 8 appearances for Sporting CP in the Champions League, averaging a goal or assist every 87 minutes played, a phenomenal output. Intriguingly, despite their storied histories, this will be the first competitive meeting ever between Athletic Club and Arsenal. They did meet once before in the Emirates Cup on August 9, 2025, where Arsenal emerged victorious with a 3-0 scoreline. Both teams currently sit with 0 points at the start of the league stage, with Arsenal positioned 2nd and Athletic Club 4th as the season just begins. It's a fresh slate for everyone, and both will be eager to make an early mark in the competition. Beyond this marquee match, we have a full slate of action tomorrow. Also kicking off at 5:45 p.m. UK time, PSV will host Union Saint-Gilloise at the Philips Stadium. This marks Union Saint-Gilloise's first ever match in the UEFA Champions League, while PSV will be hoping to break a streak of 4 consecutive opening game losses in the competition. Moving to the 8 p.m. UK time kickoffs, Benfica takes on Karagand at the Estadio do Sport Lisboa Benfica. This will be a historic first, as it's the first game between a Portuguese and Azerbaijani side in European Cup Champions League history. Keep an eye on Benfica's Vangelis Pavlidis, who scored 7 goals last season, matching a club record from 1991-92. Over in Italy, Juventus faces Borussia Dortmund at the Allianz Stadium. Juventus has an impressive record, having never lost their opening home game in a European Cup Champions League campaign, winning 11 and drawing 3 of 14 such matches. For Dortmund, Serhut Girassi was a force last season, with 13 goals in 14 appearances, the most ever by an African player in a single European Cup UCL campaign. Juventus's Jonathan David also had a stellar campaign with 9 goal involvements. The Taiguet champions Real Madrid welcomes Olympique Marseille to the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid boasts a 100% winning record against Marseille in all 4 of their previous European encounters. French teams historically have a tough time at the Bernabeu, with no French team ever winning away to Real Madrid in this competition in 15 attempts. Watch for Kylian Mbappe, who scored 7 goals in his debut UCL campaign for Real Madrid last season, and Marseille's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who has an impressive 5 goals in 6 appearances against Real Madrid. Finally, Tottenham Hotspur battles Villarreal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Villarreal is still searching for their first victory against English opponents in the UEFA Champions League in 14 attempts, having drawn 6 and lost 8. Following the departures of Harry Kane and Son Heung-min, who accounted for 42% of Tottenham's Champions League goals, the spotlight falls on other players, with Richarlison being the only current player with more than 1 UCL goal for the club. So there you have it, folks, a full night of football to kick off the UEFA Champions League league stage. A clash of titans, a return to glory, and potential history in the making across multiple venues. Make sure you're tuned in for what promises to be an unforgettable night of UEFA Champions League football. Athletic Club versus Arsenal, tomorrow, September 16th at 5:45 p.m. UK time from the Estadio de San Mamés. Don't miss a single moment.